Howdy everybody, Farmer Luke here, welcoming you back. And this week we're going to step it up a little bit. We're going to go to a full-size tray. So you're going to be rural urban farmers, which is really exciting. And we'll be doing broccoli this week. So all the components you will have used before in your previous seeding weeks. So I'll just run through them again quickly. But for this week we'll need a full-size slotted tray. So just make sure it's the one with the slots in it. We'll also need a full-size drip tray, which you would have all used before. We'll need a single piece of hemp. So the full-size piece of hemp here. Now if you want detailed instructions on how to cut this, you can refer back to the pea soaking and seeding video. But what I've done here, I've already cut off the 2/3 section and I've left the third behind. You may have a couple of these sort of third sections hanging around. You can use 2 of these as well if you don't want to use a whole 2/3 section. You'll need to stretch the hemp out to size, which I've shown you how to do for the mini tray and also the half tray. It's the same process for the full tray. So the one thing that you're looking for there, and I'll show you in the close-up, is just making sure it reaches all the way to the edges. And it doesn't matter if it goes up in the corners there a little bit, that's actually good because the broccoli seed is quite small. You want to make sure that there's no gaps between the hemp and the tray so nothing falls through. Next you'll need the broccoli obviously, so this little packet would have come in. Now the weights for this is very important. This will make sure you have the right seeding density. So for a full-size tray, you want to weigh the seeds out before you soak them. And actually these ones you don't soak, so you just want to weigh the seeds out, and 2 measurements you can use. You can use mils, so if you have a little medicine cup, about 20 mils of seed, or if you have some kitchen scales that are nice and accurate, about 13 grams. So 20 mils or 13 grams of the broccoli seed will have you the right seeding rate to do the whole tray. So once you've got all that set up, it's pretty simple. So I'm going to move this tray over to the middle. And basically, I like to do this from like a glass or a mug, something like that. We find that the seeds kind of slide out very nicely, and it's really easy to shake the seeds in a sort of nice spread out sort of motion. So we'll try and get this on the close-up as best we can. So you see here I've got my hemp tray. It's all stretched out. It's nice and moist as well, which is very important. And with the cup, I just like to kind of get it jiggling around to loosen up the seeds a little bit. And then I just go either left to right or side to side, whatever you prefer. And you just sort of go up and down the hemp mat. So very similar to what we've done with the mini trays and the half trays, just on a bigger scale. And this is what we do week to week at Farmer when we're sort of growing sort of commercially. We do about 100 of these trays a week, so you can tell we get pretty good at it pretty quick. Now this might seem like a lot of seed, but it is the right amount for broccoli and a full tray. So just keep going over, and the same things you're looking for is just try to avoid any of those large clumps. But again, you can fix them up. So I'm pretty happy with that. We sort of tilted up to the close-up camera there. That's a really nice sort of seeding spread there. I'm actually really happy with that. Doesn't always happen the first time. There's a few often missed little spots. Generally the corners is where that will happen. So again, with some clean hands, make sure you've washed them first. Just pop any of those little clumps apart and spread any large amounts of seeds into some areas that maybe are lacking a little bit. But you don't have to do much on that one. So you can see there, that's a really nice seeding spread. So after that, it's pretty simple. Grab your trusty spray bottle and just give it a really good mist down. So basically, same as all the other trays, make sure the hemp is nice and moist, the seeds have all been contacted directly with some spray there, because that will then start triggering them to start germinating. So go over. My spray bottle is kind of small because it's easier for the video, but hopefully you've got a bigger one at home and you'll only need a few kind of large puffs, I guess, for this one. But I'm pretty happy with that. Now with this, you need to dome the lid to cover the seeds. So if you have another full-size tray, a drip tray, it makes the perfect lid. So you can pop that on like that. Again, if you don't have any of these spare because of how you decided to do your seeding over the last few weeks, a chopping board, a dinner plate, a piece of cardboard, anything that blocks the light out really. Nice and simple. Obviously you will need some kind of drip tray underneath as well, because these seeds and the hemp will start to release moisture as well, and as you're spraying them, some of that moisture will drip through. So you do want something to catch the moisture, and eventually the roots will start to go down and you will actually want to start watering these from the bottom up. But just for now, just for seeding, pretty simple. Yeah, so just the 13 grams of broccoli seed and the 20 mils, put it over a whole sheet, give it a mist, cover it over, and that's pretty much it. And then after that, put it in a nice warm spot. So make sure you keep them nice and warm, nice and moist, and in sort of 3 to 4 days, you should have some pretty good germination. So that's it. That's a full-size tray of peas. if you've got this far, you've basically done what my job is week to week when we're up and running. So you're now definitely on the way to becoming urban farmers, which is pretty exciting. Hopefully this has been pretty straightforward for you, and all your other greens from the previous weeks are starting to come along and you're getting ready to harvest. Let's keep chatting in the group and keep connecting in the Zoom sessions. And until then, this is Farmer Luke saying happy growing, and we'll see you on the farm soon.